And welcome back to Unfiltered Sports Weekly. I'm the Beebs.
Cub.
St. Joe.
Welcome back to everybody who else is listening to us at the moment. Obviously not on Twitter because we don't go live on Twitter anymore. So
Thanks,
fellas.
Elon.
Thanks, Elon. So we said we were going to talk about the NCAA football schedule tonight, but I wanted to see we hadn't talked about this in a long time. I wanted to bring it up. And it's been maybe 7 or 8 months, maybe. But I just wanted to bring back up that Sam Bradford's Heisman Trophy season was
Oh, boy. I don't know why you insist on, torturing yourself.
Oh, it's just a good time.
Why don't you bring up Florida State not making it in the playoffs?
Well, that was a travesty. You're just jealous.
Yeah,
you're just jealous because Wisconsin hasn't made a playoff ever.
That's brutal, man. That's mean.
I'm not jealous. I mean, they haven't deserved to. They like to go to the Rose Bowl and lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has won? Who has won the more? Okay, so traditionally the Rose Bowl is Big Ten versus Pac-10, right?
Right.
Who has won the most Rose Bowls, the Big Ten or the Pac-10?
I would say, man, that's a good question. I mean, I would think it would be the Big Ten, but
because I liked the old. I mean, don't get me wrong, I kind of like the playoff, but I liked the old bowl system where we had to play a game of craps to find out who won the national championship.
Yeah.
I mean, but I liked it because I'm a traditionalist. If you don't know anything about me, I fucking hate the designated hitter. I hate AstroTurf. I did get a kick out of nailed it this week. We were talking about the Honest Wagner card because I had a fake one that was worth about a dime, and that's what I think I bought it for. But I know what that card looks like, and I know there's only like 8 in circulation in the world or something like that.
Yeah, there's like I said, the owner of the Razorbacks has a PSA rated 8, and it is the fantastic looking card. I mean, it is unbelievable
to keep a card in mint condition for that long.
Yeah.
It was amazing, especially when they were originally sold with bubblegum.
Yeah.
So but with traditional things, so when like the Sugar Bowl was an automatic bid for the SEC champion, that if you won the Sugar Bowl, you went, and then it was an invite, usually the highest ranked person not playing where they have to play. I think the Fiesta Bowl had automatic bids. I know the Orange Bowl was for a time the ACC champion. That's always kind of been a sister conference in my mind. Even when Clemson was winning, even back when Florida State was the big boy, it's always been kind of a sister conference. Because have they ever had 2 teams that were good at once?
Who?
The ACC.
No, probably no, not really.
Because let me tell you this: with the ACC, when they split into 2 divisions, when they basically absolved the Big East and split into 2 divisions, that was wholly created so they would get a Florida State versus Miami twice a year. That's why they put Florida State and Miami in separate divisions. So they could get a Florida State versus Miami. And you know how many times that has happened?
Once or twice?
0.
Oh, really?
0 times.
0 times.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, anyhow, that was a long way to say I like the old bowl system with specifically the Rose Bowl because of tradition.
Yeah.
You get up, you watch the Tournament of Roses.
Yeah.
You nurse your motherfucking hangover.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but
no.
Well, you know what a hangover is, Beeps. If you eat a lot of ice cream one night, you feel like shit in the morning, right? Same principle.
Maybe.
Kind of, I guess, but
Yeah, or eat a lot of. You ever go to the movies, eat more candy than you should have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
gut
Well,
rot.
you know what? You know what? Feeling like dehydrated or that's just part of the hangover. The other part of the hangover, most sports fans know this if they've ever tailgated, is wondering what the fuck did I say that I probably have to apologize for?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
that's the other part of it.
That's true. Sad but true. Uh-oh. Somebody died.
Who
Somebody's
died?
dying at Beeb's house. What's going on over there?
So you see Beebs here. This is going to be great for our listeners on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this like? See his head and all. What's this behind him? Is that a light pole?
It's a lamp.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lamp.
And what's the pattern on these drapes? They remind me of these China pattern. You know, the
These
blue and
China
white
patterns?
Yeah, the blue and white
Linda,
China pattern.
Spent a lot of time in China. I think St. Joe's the one we got to ask about going on vacation in China. Have you been there yet, St. Joe?
Not in China. No.
No? Is that on the list?
Maybe depending on if my wife wins the lottery to run the Tokyo Marathon, then I'll meander over that way. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
We'll see.
She might win that because I think that the average height in China is 4'1", and that's actually where Lupa Land is. And
Lupa Land?
yeah, your wife's kind of tall.
Yeah, I mean,
she's got longer legs, so she might win if she can get the endurance up.
It's a tough one to get into. It's a tough one.
Those China people, they'll outwork you.
Yeah, it's tough.
They built a wall that keeps absolutely nobody out.
Absolutely nobody. It's a long one too,
but it's great.
It is great. It's great. So I hear. It's funny. My son is taking AP World History, and he came home. My new second week, and he's like, "Dad, why the fuck do I need to learn about Indians?" He goes, "How is that going to help me in the future?" I'm like, "Well, tell me how you really feel." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." I'm like, "Okay, how do I go over this?" I'm like, "You got to learn history, man."
There's only, I mean, India is only like the most populated country, like per square mile in the world.
No, Indians.
Oh, like North American Indian.
Yeah.
Native American.
You're talking like not dot, but
yeah. Okay. He's studying 1200 to the present. And I'm like, man, you just got to learn history. It's just part of it. But the way he came home, he was like, "This is useless." And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of not, but it's kind of funny." He's like, "Okay." But yeah, it was comical. He explained to me that he doesn't need a high school degree to make money and do anything. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, great. Fantastic." And he went through his big plan, and I said, "Great, that's awesome. I love that you have a dream, but why don't you just focus on finishing this semester, and then we'll talk about it."
All right.
Yeah. Teenagers, a lot to look forward to there, Beebs.
I have one already.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, not excited.
It's great.
Not excited.
It's humorous, but yeah.
But hey, I do have some news. My boy is playing football for the first time ever, tackle football.
Nice.
And he pulled a hamstring on like the first week of practice.
Oh,
it hasn't been 100% until probably today. And they tested him out at kicker. Now, he did play soccer previously. They tested him out at kicker, and he made a 40-yard field goal.
Nice.
Pretty good for an 8th grader.
Yeah.
So he's going to be starting at receiver and kicker and punter and safety maybe. So he just started playing, and he's going to have 5 different freaking positions.
Yeah, that's all over the board.
But the receivers in middle school, they don't really do much.
No.
They don't throw the ball a lot. So I guess you got to do something right. But anyway, he's excited about that. We're excited to go watch him play. We'll see if he catches a pass or 2 this year. But we'll definitely see him kick.
That's cool.
So Anyway, that's going on, and that's new because football really isn't a Beeble family tradition. I don't think there's been a Beeble that's played football in maybe 5 generations.
Well, there you go.
Hey, can I rant about something for a second?
Yeah,
I mean, is that okay?
of course.
Kev, you rant every week. Why would we stop you now?
This has nothing to do with about sports. This has something to do. Okay, so I've gone on the record by saying that if you wake up in the morning and you get in the car and are like, maybe I shouldn't be driving anymore, you shouldn't be driving. Okay. So
Yeah.
that you shouldn't be driving. If there's any doubt in your mind, hey, maybe I'm too old for this shit. Maybe I'm too much of a woman. Maybe I mean,
Jeez, why's it gotta be a woman?
if there, I mean, it's science. If there is any question, if there's any question, if there's any question
pineapple,
about that, then you just shouldn't be driving. Well, the same is for operating a device like a computer. Okay, if you don't know the basics of getting on a motherfucking computer and getting on a website, like, and using a search bar, like, let's just say
this brings up an
YouTube.
incredible discussion I had with some kids this week.
And don't this. So I'm getting these text messages from the lube man, and he's saying that I sent him the YouTube link for tonight so he could be our one tuner inner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is sending me text messages saying, "Don't see you."
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to check up here to make sure that we are live on YouTube, and that is the YouTube.
I put the link on Twitter.
That is the YouTube thing. Well, I mean, fuck the people on Twitter, but and fuck all the people that are always like, "Hey, you need to, hey, we'll tune in. No, the fuck you won't, man. Go fuck yourself."
Oh,
and so if you can't search the YouTube or any social media site to the point to where I have to stop what I'm doing and let the good people of America not hear what I have to say because I'm making sure that you got the goddamn link, then maybe you shouldn't be on it, and maybe you should just go watch Peppa Pig.
The game.
Peppa Pig. You telling me Lube Man's gonna go watch Peppa Pig
or Caillou?
It's the same link every week. I mean,
or Daniel Tiger, or Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
So now I got to stop what I'm doing. So talk amongst yourselves, because he just sent me one that says "Don't see me," and I must send him a text back that says, "Then put your motherfucking glasses on."
hit the enter button.
Right.
Click on the link. Click it.
No. I mean,
listen, Grandpa.
So this week this brought up an interesting discussion with some junior hires, right? We're talking about the 5 W's, like in academics, the 5 W's.
Yeah.
Who, what, when, where, why. Everybody knows that,
right?
So I asked him, so you guys know what the 5 W's are? A kid raises his hand. He says, yeah, I do. It's www. I'm like, no.
Not the World
that's
Wide
3.
Web, you idiot.
That's 3 W's, not 5. Oh yeah, that's right. It's only 3. All right, dude. There, you should not have access to the internet.
He's the one who says, W spelled with the D. What? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Whatever.
Buddy. Yeah, that's
you
right.
Idiot. Whatever.
But
whatever.
Yeah, that was an interesting interchange, by the way.
Speaking of W's, this is a good segue. How many W's do you think the Gators are going to have this year?
I actually have their football schedule pulled up. I have Oklahoma's football schedule pulled up, and I have Wisconsin's football schedule pulled up. But I'm getting ready to. In the football power index, who do you think is the number 1 team?
In the power index?
Yeah. And I don't know how they necessarily make the power index, but it looks like it's a pretty intricate formula. However, who do you think's number one? No cheating.
Ohio State?
Oh, no, they're way down on the list. Well, they're not way down on the list, but they're not even in the top 3.
Sorry, I'm still dealing with the lube, man.
It's okay.
I'm going to go with Georgia.
Georgia is correct at number 1. I bet you guys can't get number 2, though.
On the power rankings?
Power index rankings.
If it's them, I'm gonna bitch. I'm Texas.
Close.
It's not Oklahoma.
No. It's a Big Ten school.
Oregon.
Is it?
Oregon is correct.
Yeah.
That's who I was gonna say beforehand, but they're still in my mind a pussy West Coast team.
Right.
You know, and
hey, they got a tough schedule this year, the Big Ten. Well, I mean, that's yet to be seen. I don't know how the new Big Ten is going to work, but that's what they're saying, preseason. Okay. Texas is number 3. Who do you think's number 4?
And the power index, Alabama.
Nope.
Yeah. Ole Miss?
Nope. I did see an interesting article that had Ole Miss as far as difficulty of schedule in the top 5.
Was it Notre Dame?
Nope. It's Ohio State.
Well, then,
even though,
yeah, I thought you said they were 3, but that's okay. Okay, so
Oregon.
Why do I ever fucking talk about Ohio?
Yeah, so Ohio State, then it's got to be Alabama.
Right. 5 is Alabama.
Ever happened in Ohio?
And number 6 and number 7 are 2 of my least favorite teams to talk about.
See, you fuckers do this to me all the time. I'm giving you pearls here. You're just talking over me.
Is it Penn State and Michigan?
Yeah, you guys.
Penn State, yes. And the second one is.
Yeah,
I'm just going to continue to ignore.
Just fucking talking and talking. Yeah.
Number 6 is Notre Dame.
Oh, Notre Dame. Okay.
Yeah.
Lube man's in the comment.
Oh, good God!
Okay.
You figured out how to work a computer.
Yeah. So find out all the disparaging things you say about the fucking Georgia Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Anyway,
so Carson Beck likes guys. Stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Jesus.
But I'm just saying.
The drunk quarterback will never play for the Rams again.
The toughest.
He looked pretty good. Stetson Bennett, he looked pretty good.
And he's sober.
Stetson Bennett? Is there something I don't know? Did he get arrested for DUI?
No, he sat out last year because some people say he was in rehab or he likes to drink. I think, I don't know. I can't come up with anything pithy right now. But yeah, good word. And but anyhow, he did look good in the preseason. Again, like I said to St. Joe in the text the other day, it's preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, if you went by what happened in the preseason, they're already giving the MVP to Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
In a close second, Mac Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
You gotta let them celebrate something, man.
I want to address this comment right here, okay? Because they may be the number 1 party school because they're all drunk as fuck because they think that the fucking women are fucking hot there.
This is getting better and better. Well, I mean, all we need now is that Florida feeling on here, and we could talk about,
I did find number 47.
You did find number 47. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I did.
So, toughest overall Power 4 schedule.
Florida Gators.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Toughest. So let's see. Toughest Power 4 non-conference schedule goes to who?
Non-conference.
Yeah.
Bama.
Nope.
Conference, please.
It would have been
conference hint, please.
Well, I guess it's the Big Ten.
Okay. Oregon?
Nope.
Washington?
Nope.
Non-conference?
Ohio State?
Nope. USC.
Okay.
USC.
Okay.
USC plays LSU September 1st.
For the people who don't know, what teams went from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten? Was it just the 4: USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think the rest kind of went over to like the Big 12 and the Mountain West, right? Or is there still a Mountain West? I don't even know.
There still is, but it's Oregon, Washington, UCLA, USC. Those are the new ones.
Yeah. So USC plays LSU, Notre Dame, LSU, and Notre Dame.
That's it.
So that's it.
Wow.
So is Notre Dame supposed to be good?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why, but they don't play anybody really.
Usually I'd mute myself when I did that, but fuck it, no one's watching anyway.
The Catholics, they
one goddamn hit.
They I mean, I don't get the fascination with Notre Dame, but I mean,
they have gold helmets.
They're Notre Dame. I mean, I guess
it's the same fascination they have with Penn State.
Yeah, you of all people should love Notre Dame.
Why?
Because you're Catholic.
Doesn't mean I have to love them.
I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, the priest didn't have to. I'm okay.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I should love Penn State, but no, I don't.
Oh, okay. This is going in a direction I wasn't.
Joe Pa.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. He didn't have nothing to do with that. Yeah, he didn't have nothing to do with that. But that dude he hired and kicked it under the rug for years did. I mean, hey, how many times have I told you guys that it's not the act that's bad, it's the cover up.
Yeah.
It's not the act that'll get you in trouble. It's the cover up. How many times do I have to say that? I'm giving you infinite wisdom.
Just so you guys know, I mean, this is how you avoid going to jail. Kev is giving you his best legal advice.
Seriously, you should take it. I'm in season 7 of Blue Bloods. God damn it,
Good show, by the way.
Oh, great show.
Great show, by the way. Are you guys excited for the first game of the season this coming Saturday?
Yeah, isn't it at like 9 in the morning? No, it's at noon. It's at
FSU and Georgia Tech.
State and Georgia Tech. Do you think that will be a good game
in Dublin?
Do you think that'll be a good game in Ireland?
I think it'll be all right.
Okay,
I think it'll be all right.
I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think it'll be closer than you think it's going to be.
Did you watch any bit of College Game Day at all this last weekend?
No.
There was a little bit of, I think it was this last weekend, but because I think they were in Dublin warming up and doing a little bit of stuff, and it was probably one of the funniest bits I've seen in a long time. So it was he does NASCAR. Marty.
Oh yeah. He's also the SEC correspondent.
Yeah, so he does. Yeah. He was on there. Tebow.
That was SEC Nation.
Okay, SEC Nation. Then it was him, Feinball, Feinball, and Tebow, Feinbaum, Marty, and then a black guy. I don't know the guy's name.
Marcus Spears is his name.
Marcus Spears. Did you see the clip I was talking about?
Yeah.
So they were talking about how they get their hair done.
I know the lineup. Yeah.
And so they were asking, and they were like, when you go to get your haircut, what do you ask for? They was asking Marty, and he's like, I just go and say, get it trimmed short on the side and give me a faux hawk. And they're like, Tim, when you go in, what do you say? And he's like, I don't know, just like number 1 or whatever, and do this. And they go, Paul, what do you ask for? And he just say, keep the sides. It was the funniest line ever. Just like, polish it up and keep the sides. It was just absolutely hilarious. And the what was the black guy's name?
Marcus
Marcus
Spears.
Spears.
And Marcus
Yeah,
was just sitting there with his mouth covered,
LSU.
and he could not stop laughing. And then they just lost it on the set. It was probably one of the funniest things I've seen in a while, and it was hilarious. And but just the way they said it, man, it was absolutely hilarious.
With shows like that, and live shows, and
Yeah.
even so far as like Saturday Night Live, the best is when they lose it.
They
Like,
break the crowd or whatever, like Debbie Downer or whatever, when she breaks everybody. It was just, I mean, they laughed for a good probably 5 minutes. They could not get their composure back. It was just absolutely hilarious. You have to check it out. It's all over TikTok and Facebook Reels and everything. But it is absolutely hilarious. Anyway,
I'll have to check it out.
Do you guys want to do a quiz really quick?
Yeah.
What's it over?
It's college football.
All right.
Okay. I went through this, and this is for all 134 teams. We're gonna just go top 25. All right.
Yikes.
Okay. I just want to see if you guys know going into the season who the quarterbacks for these teams are.
Oh God.
The answer's no.
Okay. So we're just gonna see. We're gonna start with the number 1 ranked quarterback in college football. Plays for the University of Texas. Do you know who that is?
Ewers.
That's correct. The number 2 rated quarterback in the country plays for the University of Alabama. Do you know who that is?
Oh, Milroe.
Correct. Number 3 goes to the University of Georgia. Do you know who that is?
Oh man, I can see him, but I can't remember his last.
Mandarin.
Is it Arnold? No, not
Yeah,
Arnold.
he went to the Mandarin High School. His name's Carson Beck.
Carson Beck. Yeah.
Number 4 is the University of Oregon. Do you know who that is? He's a senior.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel.
That is correct. Number 5 goes to the University of Colorado. He's got a very famous daddy.
Sanders.
Yeah. Number 6 goes to Utah.
Oh, it's that guy. Oh, wow.
Seems like he's been there for 9 years.
What's his name? He's got I can see it, long hair and a goatee. What is his name?
Kind of a Gardner Minshew.
Type guy.
Yeah.
Tough as nails. Really good player. He's good at winning. Can't remember.
So I just figured since we're previewing college football, we got to get people, with the
I can't remember what the guy's name is. What's his name?
Cameron Rising.
Yeah, Cameron. Yeah, Cameron.
Number 7 goes to the University of Miami, the U, and he is a transfer from Washington State. His name is Cam Ward.
Oh, yep.
Does anybody know who the Ole Miss quarterback is?
Jackson Dart.
That is correct.
Wow.
Okay. How about the Ohio State quarterback?
Oh, it's not the same guy.
This is a transfer from Kansas State.
Oh, I do know who Howard. Howard.
Will Howard. Right. How about the quarterback for the University of Notre Dame?
I have no freaking clue.
Went to Duke. Transfer from Duke.
Oh, he transferred. Is that quarterback from Duke? He was good last year.
Yeah, Riley Leonard is his name.
I just remember him playing really well against somebody at the beginning of the season, and we were talking about him. I can't remember.
How about Arizona?
I can't remember his name, but I know he's good because I watched him kick the crap out of the Oklahoma Sooners last year.
St. Joe, you want to take a crack at this one?
He's from Hawaii.
No.
Is he Samoan from Hawaii or something?
He's got a weird last name.
Yeah,
it's
like
Noah
Frida or
it's Fafita.
There you go.
Fafita. How about Missouri?
I don't know who that quarterback is.
Brady Cook.
All
There
right.
you go.
How about Kansas?
Oh, it's either Bean. That's who they played most of the year last year. But I think he might have graduated, so it might not be him.
This is a junior. His name is Jalen Daniels.
Yep, I remember him.
All right. Who is the starting quarterback for Florida State University?
Uyunglele.
DJ Ukulele. That is correct.
Ukulele.
ukulele, and Brock Glenn finally got moved up to the backup.
All right.
Okay. Number 15, 15th best quarterback in the country goes to Liberty University.
I cannot remember his name. I watched him play last year, and he wasn't really that good. So
Caden Salter.
Yeah.
He's better than the University of Southern California's quarterback.
They just announced this guy, too, as their starting quarterback. I just saw it on ESPN this morning, I think. Can't remember his name because he didn't play last year.
Miller Moss.
Interesting. Are these like in any particular order?
Yeah, they're ranked. These are the top ranked quarterbacks in the country.
Wow.
Okay, so Western Kentucky, you know the Hilltoppers?
Wow.
The Hilltoppers.
Did you skip the Oklahoma quarterback?
I haven't got there yet.
That's crazy.
That's kind of my point.
That's crazy.
I haven't got to Florida either. You know?
Well, that's also crazy because Florida has a good freaking quarterback.
Yeah,
he can throw the ball.
Finley.
Yeah.
Number 18, Tennessee. It's Nico. I'ma never leave you. I think it's I am a liver. I'ma never leave you. I like that better. Number 19, the University of Florida, Graham Mertz.
Graham Mertz, yeah.
Former Badger.
Yep.
No, but I honestly think he's way better than 20th on the list.
He's definitely better than Carson Beck at 3. You know,
that's funny.
I don't know about that.
Definitely better than Carson Beck. You know, how about Baylor?
Don't know.
No, DeQuan Finn.
Okay.
How about Louisville?
Who is responsible for this list? It's terrible.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is coming from College Football News.
Well, that's funny. Louisville is Tyler Shaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
NC State. By the way, still haven't got to Oklahoma.
That's funny.
Or Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. That's funny. Yeah, you haven't got to Wisconsin.
Okay, so NC State is Grayson McCall. SMU is next, Preston Stone. Memphis is next, Seth Hennigan. Penn State, Drew Aller. And then Clemson is 26 at Cabe Klubnik.
He's better than 26 too.
Yeah,
that's a bad.
So we have to go. I mean, I'm just gonna see how far down we got to. I mean, Arkansas is in here.
Did you say Texas?
Yeah, Texas was number one. Oklahoma is number 37. Jackson Arnold is their quarterback.
That's crazy nonsense. Jackson Arnold was the number 1 quarterback to be recruited in 2 years ago.
Okay,
that's insanity. The number 1 quarterback recruit in the nation 2 years ago, and he's number 37. That's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know if it makes you feel any better. LSU's 50.
Oh, really? Surely their quarterback's better than that.
Yeah,
surely.
They're right in front of Appalachian State. Wisconsin comes in at number 55 with Tyler Van Dyke, a transfer from the University of Miami. They're right in front of Kentucky, and are right behind Kentucky and right in front of Rice. So you're putting there with Kentucky and Rice. Good job there, Seicho.
Yeah, well,
but South Carolina, Texas Tech, I mean, all these are down here. The very last one is Kennesaw State.
Wow.
You know, and I wasn't even sure that they had a fucking football team.
Do you know Oklahoma?
What about Oklahoma?
Do you know Beebs?
No, what?
Who the quarterback is?
Jackson Arnold. Yeah, he played in their bowl game last year.
Okay.
Can we just go over that?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
I mean, he threw for like 350 yards in that bowl game.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know what these guys are, what it's about, or what's going on there, but he must be some sort of Big Ten homer. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I think that he was very wrong about several teams, Clemson being one and Florida being the other. I think Florida might have a top 10 quarterback. So I think he can throw the ball. Graham Mertz. I thought he had a great season last year with not that many weapons. He had one weapon, right?
All right. Who's got the Gator schedule out there?
I got it right here.
All right, let's do this.
So Saturday, August 31st, Miami at Florida, right?
Yeah.
Or is that a neutral site game?
No, it's at Florida.
Right. That's the number 19 Miami against Florida. I don't know why Miami's ranked number 19, but they're ranked number 19.
I'm gonna go with a win.
I'm also going W. It's at Florida in the swamp. Miami's unproven. They haven't been good in like 8 years.
All right.
I'm sorry. I don't know why they're ranked so high. I know they got a good coach, or they supposedly got a good coach and got a good, I guess, a good quarterback. I don't know. Second game, St. Joe, what do you think?
Who's the second game?
First game is Miami against UF. Who are you taking? So that's one win, by the way.
Miami.
Okay. St. Joe says Miami.
He's just pissed that Wisconsin is going to lose 10 games.
Oh, they're not going to lose that many games.
I don't think they're going to lose 10 games, but.
All right. Second game. Samford at Florida. W.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah, I think it's a win.
Texas A&M at the Swamp.
I might go win.
I might go win too. I don't know who A&M's recruited. I know they have a new coach that I know nothing about. I'm going to go Florida.
Them a win. It's at the Swamp.
It's at the Swamp. Yeah. So there's for the Cavs saying 3 wins so far. Florida at Mississippi State.
That's going to be a win.
At Mississippi
You're going
State.
4-0, huh?
That's correct. It's Mississippi State.
Yeah. I'm going to say win too.
Just wait. I got my losses coming. You know what I'm saying? Wait. This ain't going to look pretty.
It'll look strong.
See, this is what the Gators do. They give you motherfucking hope. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. Okay. They're like Clemson in like the 2000s, where they went like 7-0 and then lose like the next 5 fucking games.
I'll give them a win. I'll say that they pull one out.
St. Joe's going 3-1. We're going 4-0 in the first 4 games.
Yeah.
UCF at Florida.
Loss
to unranked Big 12 UCF. I'm giving them better.
We always lose to somebody stupid.
I'm going to say, since it's at the Swamp,
okay,
Florida.
I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, I like them at home, and that's just on the road. So I'm going to win.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay,
so 5-0 for me. Cavs 4-1.
Yep.
And St. Joe, you're 4-1 too.
Yep.
Florida at Tennessee, October 12th.
Loss.
Yeah. At Tennessee. Yeah, absolutely loss. I hope they shock us, but so that's 5-1, 4-2. Okay.
Yep.
Kentucky at Florida, October 19th.
I'm going because the narrative will be Kentucky lately has had Florida's number. Florida will be ready for the game, so I'm going win.
I'm going to go win too.
I agree with you there.
At Gainesville,
Kentucky, according to the poll, the numbers you just said, Kentucky doesn't have any quarterback, so.
Yeah. I mean,
but he mentioned the quarterback's name. We don't know who he is, though.
Yeah,
it'll be coming off of a loss at Tennessee. Coming back home. They'll be wanting to get it right. I mean, Billy Napier after losing to Tennessee, the fire Billy Napier chant will go around.
Begin.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
Well, here's where we get into the meat of the schedule. Okay, Florida at Georgia, November 2nd.
It's actually a neutral site game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
So,
Yep.
So but
Georgia's the home representative.
Yeah,
on the scoreboard.
That don't fucking mean anything. That's a loss.
That's a loss. Okay. I'll say that's also a loss. I have them at 5-2. You guys have them at what, 4-3 now?
You should have them at 6-2.
I have them at 6. Yes, because yes.
I have them at 5-3.
Okay, so 5-3. Florida at Texas.
That's a loss.
So 6-3 for me. 5-4 for you. LSU at Florida in Gainesville. I do not think LSU is worthy of the number 13 ranking at the moment.
No, I think that's a win.
I think Florida could win that game. I think they get on your schedule, they'll be bowl eligible. with that win.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's a loss because it's that late in the season. LSU's just, I think,
Who's okay? Think about it like this: LSU lost their quarterback and their 2 best wide receivers.
Yep.
How they
It's
going to
LSU,
score?
man.
Okay. Remember
But
after they won the
they're
national.
gonna.
Remember after they won the national championship. How
Yeah,
many
they
years
weren't
did
any
they go
good.
down? Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm still saying Florida's going to win the game. So that's 7 wins for me so far.
Okay.
Ole Miss at Florida.
That's a loss.
At Florida?
Yeah, that's a bad loss.
Okay. I say also a loss, but not a bad one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
said
7-4 for me, 6-5 for you guys. Is that right?
Correct.
I got one more loss.
And then Florida at Florida State.
That's a loss.
I'm going to say also a loss. So you'll end the season 7-5. I actually don't think that's bad necessarily. There might be a shocker in there. You never know. Maybe they'll pull out a win that they should. I'll tell you what. If they're sitting at 8-4 with their schedule, they might be right on the edge of a playoff spot.
Maybe
8-4 SEC team with that schedule. Say they get one big win. Say somehow they beat Tennessee.
I think it's got to be bigger than that. I think it has to be win against Texas or Georgia.
Okay. Well, say they get some strange victory or they beat Florida State last game of the year and Florida State's ranked really high. Because Florida State's going to be good this year. Say they win that game at Florida State.
They got the ukulele, yo.
But I think 8-4 SEC team with that strength of schedule would definitely be close to number 12, wouldn't they?
Maybe. I don't know. That's why they play the games.
All right. I've got the Wisconsin football schedule here.
Oh, goody.
Oh, goody.
It was great.
All right. All right. Here's the Wisconsin football schedule. Friday, August 30th at, I think it's Western Michigan University. Not at. Western Michigan comes to Wisconsin Friday, August 30th.
Yeah, home opener. I think
it's a win. Yeah. South Dakota. What do you say, Kev?
I think it's going to be close. I think they squeak out a winner.
Okay.
But
they're going to win. That's 1-0.
Yeah, I like the Badgers.
All right. South Dakota visits Wisconsin September 7th.
South Dakota. Yeah, I think they win again.
I think they beat South Dakota. Okay.
These are some fucking powerhouses.
I know.
Here, man.
Well, here's where it all changes.
Yeah.
They got Alabama at home on September 14th.
It's like Ohio State playing Youngstown.
Right.
Whatever the spread on that is, take Alabama minus the points.
yeah. Alabama at Camp Randall. That's gonna
get ugly.
Not gonna be pretty.
2-1.
It actually might be at Lambeau Field.
I think actually that might count as 2 losses because they might score enough for 2 games.
It might, but that's going to be horrible. That's just a horrible game. And then they followed up with USC.
At USC.
Yeah, they go across the country to go to USC. I think that's 2 losses in a row.
I don't know how good USC is. They have a terrible. If it's the same defensive coordinator, it's not. He fired the guy. But Lincoln Riley has never had.
I think he's on the hot seat.
Oh, he's definitely on the hot seat.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say probably USC at home wins the game.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're 2-2.
Purdue at Wisconsin, October 5th.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good game. They play Purdue. I mean, it'll be close, but I'll say the Badgers pull it out. So they're 3-2.
3-2.
I disagree. I'm taking the Boilermakers.
Of course you are.
I have and so October 12th, Wisconsin at Rutgers.
I think the Badgers win again.
Yeah, I like
beat
the Badgers. Yeah. I hope
This
Rutgers wears their silver helmets though.
that'd be cool.
I'm
Yeah.
4-2.
Is that dude who got fired from the Bucks still their head coach? Gary Siobhan.
Shivani.
That guy.
Is that right?
Was that
I can't remember what his name is.
I don't know.
Shiano? Greg Shiano?
Shiano, yeah. Is he still the head coach?
I think he's still at Rutgers, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, here's a big game. Every year, it's a tough game.
Every game, Northwestern.
Wisconsin, Northwestern.
Yeah, they always play Northwestern tough. I mean, that's
Northwestern.
I mean, it's.
Not
I don't
that's
know.
a super intimidating field, of course.
No, but.
Do you know what the number one major at Northwestern is?
No.
Theater. Do you know who their most prized student is?
No.
Charlton Heston.
Interesting.
Huh.
I say Wisconsin. I say Wisconsin wins the game.
They're not playing. They're not playing that stupid game in like Wrigley Field, are they?
No, it's not the special
at
game.
Northwestern.
I'd like to see Wisconsin win that game.
They're gonna need to because they have tough games after that.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'll say they win. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-2. I mean, I'd take that because then they're gonna lose to Penn State.
They play Penn State the following week.
So 5-3.
But that's at Camp Randall. Think they give them a game for at least 2.5 quarters?
No, I think they'll get crushed by Penn State.
All right. I say loss against Penn State too. What do you say, Kev? Penn State at Wisconsin.
Yeah, loss.
Okay. Wisconsin at Iowa. Iowa doesn't score points, so
No.
the game will be close.
They could win. I think they could beat Iowa.
At Iowa.
Yeah, I think they can beat Iowa
on November 2nd.
Yeah,
late in the year.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's 6-4.
Okay. Oregon at Wisconsin.
No way.
6-5. Wisconsin at Nebraska.
It's another one.
That's a toss-up game for me.
Yeah, that's a toss-up game. I mean, I'll give them the win 7-5.
Okay. Minnesota.
And Minnesota's another. I mean, it's a coin flip. I mean, it's the end of the year. Depending on if they beat, I guess it comes down to if they beat Nebraska, I'll give them momentum.
Momentum, yeah.
Yeah, and say that they beat Minnesota. If they lose to Nebraska, their season's done and they lose to Minnesota. So it's kind of one of those, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of, they could win the last two.
Or fold up shop.
Or they could just say, screw it, I'm done. And so they could end up 8 what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. I mean, that would
6-6.
You know, that would be a success on that schedule, I think. But
okay.
I mean, they're not gonna do anything. They would be bowl eligible. I think they would get some, you know.
Can I say something
bowl.
real quick?
What?
Are you talking about what?
What? You said, can I say something?
What do you want to say?
Hey, I want to tell Lube, man, that we appreciate the play-by-play, but I've got it on right here.
You're watching it. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's Phillies Braves, man.
All right. So, yeah.
Can I just say that, you know, there's 18 freaking teams in the Big Ten.
Big Ten, yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
they'll change the name eventually.
Yeah.
Right?
Can we just call it Big Ten and SEC? I mean,
oh, what about the Big 12?
And the ACC.
I mean, it's gonna end up where there's just gonna be
there's
three.
There's two good teams in the ACC that I know of, and then there might be a couple from the Big 12, but I don't know.
Well, who are the good teams for the ACC? You're thinking Florida State, Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll know enough about Clemson right off the bat because they play Georgia.
But I mean, if you look at it, there's 17 teams in the SEC, and there's 18 in the Big Ten. I mean, yeah, you know.
Yeah, basically whoever's going to be in the playoffs is coming out of those two conferences. Right?
Correct.
There'll be like one or two others.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you win your conference, you're in, supposedly. So there'll be a Big 12 team and there will be an ACC team, at least one.
Right.
So here, I've pulled up Oklahoma's schedule again.
Oklahoma, where the wind runs, run another direction.
And Oklahoma and Florida play a lot of the same team. So Oklahoma.
I like that show.
The play.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Popular.
I dig musicals.
Yeah.
Me and the soon to be world famous wife go to them all. I went to the Book of Mormon. That's a very religious show.
It's it's
all right.
So good one.
Hasadiga Ibawa.
Yeah. All right. So here's the schedule for Oklahoma. Temple at Oklahoma. I say Oklahoma wins that.
Yeah, one. That's a win.
Houston at Oklahoma. Houston's a tough team. Okay, tricky team. But I say it's at Oklahoma, so I say they win that one.
Yeah.
Tulane at Oklahoma, they win that one, so they're 3-0. But then they play Tennessee at Oklahoma. I say they barely win that one. Barely. And they're 4-0.
Okay.
Then
who?
Tennessee.
You're not beating Tennessee.
And they've beaten Tennessee the last 3 times they played them.
I see what he's doing. He's giving the Florida momentum, and then they hit a brick wall, and they're going to lose a shit ton of games. So I'll give him credit.
So that's what's going to happen to them because they're going
to lose like the last 8 games. Of the season.
Well, I mean, so, they do have a cake schedule.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Compared to Florida, everybody has a cake schedule.
Are we going to hear this every week?
Texas
fucking year.
Texas has a horrible schedule too. But here we go. Here's the gauntlet. Okay.
Yeah.
They play at Auburn.
Yep.
I don't think Auburn's good. Sorry.
They weren't good last year.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma's definitely on the upswing, but it's their first year in the SEC. And they've not, that's a new place for them to go play.
God, this schedule is rough.
So I say they pull that one out. All right. So
you think they're going 6-0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0?
They're gonna lose 4 out of the last 5. So it doesn't matter. They play Texas at the Cotton Bowl. I think they lose this year. I think Ewers has too many weapons. I think they're going to beat us by 10. So there's loss number 1. South Carolina coming to Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma handles business with South Carolina at Oklahoma. But then they go to, so what are we?
6-1. So you're 7-1.
We go to Ole Miss. That's a lot. We play Maine at Oklahoma, which is like the cupcakeiest game of all. So there's your 7th win, right? Seventh win.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7-2 you are. Okay.
They play at Missouri. I think we're going to lose that game.
7-3.
We play Alabama at Oklahoma. We lose that game by 2-3 points.
7-4.
Then we go to LSU and lose the last game of the year.
So you're 7-5.
So
neither one of our teams, all of our teams that we picked are 7 or 8 win teams.
Now, once again, just like Florida, they beat Alabama and go 8-4. They're kind of looking at that top 12 spot from the outside looking in. So it could go, 1 or 2 games here or there. They're going to be in the playoff, but they're going to have to win a big one, which you have to anyway. But, they're going to, like I said, they're playing a lot of the same teams Florida's playing. Florida has a tougher schedule because they play Georgia, of course. And they're playing Miami right off the bat. That's supposedly a tough game. We'll find out. But other than that, they're playing a lot of the same teams. I think Florida and Oklahoma could have identical records this year.
That's tough.
And actually, if Wisconsin pulls I mean, we could all of those teams could have the same record.
Yeah, they're going to be right there close.
So
I'm just excited that it's coming into this time of season. It's college football starting this weekend. Then we got pro football coming around. We'll have to do a review next week of maybe the pro football after it's we can
go through the Jag schedule too.
Yeah.
But I would say so let me ask
some good news.
Yeah, right. There's some good news. Let me ask you guys this. Who are your conference champions? So ACC, who do you think wins the ACC?
Did he catch that ball? He caught that ball. He caught that motherfucking ball. He caught that motherfucker. It's time.
It's final.
Sports update. Yeah, we got a final in Atlanta. Folks, they're not dead yet. The Atlanta Braves defeat the Philadelphia Phillies 3-1. Bryce Harper strikes out like 9 times. Back to you.
ACC champ?
Yeah, ACC champ.
I'm going FSU.
Yeah, I mean I think FSU is right in there.
I think we see I'm going dark horse. I think we're gonna see Clemson resurge and be good again this year.
So yeah, but they don't have DJ Ukulele anymore. They had him. Where'd he go? To the Beaver, Oregon State, right?
Yeah, and he had a good year.
Louisville always does something. Go ahead, Kev. Make a joke.
No, I'm not. I was gonna. But
you were gonna laugh. I know you were. It was right there. You tip of your tongue.
I was gonna. That's low hanging fruit.
I think yeah. I think FSU for sure.
I do have a new abortion joke that's pretty good.
God. It may be a little late for that.
Okay.
All right, Kev, who do you think wins the SEC this year?
I think Texas wins the SEC.
Texas? You think they? Okay, interesting.
Yes, I think Texas. That's
an interesting choice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Georgia.
Yeah, I don't see Georgia not winning it, but
it depends on how many more Georgia players get arrested. I mean, they gave Urban Meyer shit about that down now. I just think
you're sore because they got your running back.
I'm not making up for Urban Meyer. Motherfucker had a fucking murderer playing fucking tight end. Okay, so not fucking, But I'm just saying, Kirby Smart, he got the don't give a shits either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got the win at all costs.
Thing
all that
going,
shit. Yeah. So, but I think Texas is pissed off from last year. Okay. And
who do you think wins the Big Ten?
I think this is the toughest division.
You think the Big Ten's the toughest division?
I do.
Okay. Why?
I mean, I think with Oregon coming in, Washington, I don't think they're.
There is no fucking way the Big Ten is fucking better than the SEC.
No, I'm saying to win the division. I'm not saying that they're better.
What he's saying is there's a lot of teams vying for
in the
top
SEC.
position.
12 of the teams are in the top 10.
Listen, dipshit. I'm saying to win the Big Ten championship.
What he's saying is there's a lot
number
of
one is
contending
Mr.
games.
Dipshit to you. Okay.
I'm saying with Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon. I mean, Michigan's not going to do anything, but they're screwed. I mean,
thanks, Jim.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Who knows what? I don't know. I don't know what Washington's going to do now that everybody is gone. I don't know. I would think it's going to come down between Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State.
I think Oregon's going to shock everybody and win the division.
I don't I don't think you're that far off. I think that they come in as a new person and win the Big Ten, and that would be hilarious. I anybody but Ohio State, and I'm happy.
All right. Anybody? I'm on that bandwagon.
I do not like Ohio State either, but I do like Ric Flair.
Woo!
And I subscribe to the to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah.
And with Michigan gone, with the Harbaugh curse, I'm rolling with Ohio State to win the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're probably the ones to beat, but I don't like them. I live there, and yeah, I just don't like Ohio.
Well, nothing good happens in Ohio.
Well, their Mama D lives in Ohio, and she's
no, she doesn't.
But...
She lives in Antarctica.
That's right, Antarctica.
That's right, Antarctica.
Antarctica.
She was in Equatorial Guinea last week.
Okay. All right. All right.
So, all that said, Kev says Ohio State. I say Oregon. St. Joe.
Yeah, I think it's Oregon's to lose.
What about Washington?
No, I don't think Washington. I mean, they could be a dark horse, but I just don't think
too many players.
Yeah, I think they lost
a lot of players. All their best receivers are gone. Their running backs gone, and their quarterback's gone.
Wait, who's gonna win the Pac-12?
There's no Pac-12.
Yeah, the Oregon State Beavers or the Washington State Cougars. That's the toughest division right there.
There's an automatic bid right there. No, yeah, that's an interesting one. I wonder how they filled out their schedule this year.
I think the winner of that conference gets an automatic bid to the Gator Bowl.
That's funny.
So, the Big 12, that's a weird one. I don't even know who's in the Big 12 anymore.
Colorado, baby.
UCF is in there.
Yeah. Big 12 conference.
Arizona, BYU, Houston, Kansas. Is there anybody good?
You don't like BYU?
UCF could win.
TCU is good every so often.
The Utes.
Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State may win that.
They're always, they have a good coach. So
the Bearcats, Cincinnati, Baylor. There's a couple of teams that could pull that out.
Arizona State's in there now. I think Arizona's in there now.
Arizona's in there. The Iowa State Cyclones.
They've been good in the past.
Texas Tech.
Hey, where are the Wichita State Shockers?
They don't play football, do they?
Are they in the Conference USA?
The Conference USA team. Yeah.
Nope, there's only 3 of the Irish.
Oh, hello. Utah is in the Big 12 now.
Yeah. Beebs, do you know why they're called the Shockers?
I don't want to know.
Okay.
Has
something to do with Napolitano ice cream.
Okay.
Where are the Shockers? I don't see them. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah.
But I think Utah wins the Big 12. BYU can be tough sometimes too.
So BYU stands for Brigham Young University, right?
Yeah,
and that's the guy who had that Joseph Smith guy killed. I know what the history books say, but if you read between the lines, there's murder involved. But are the people at Utah Mormons too?
Yes.
Okay, but they just don't like their Mormon heritage, so they call them.
No, it's a state school.
Okay,
but lots of Mormons go to the school.
Isn't their state run by Mormons?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not a religious school. University of Utah is not a religious school. Brigham Young is.
So at the University of Utah, can they have premarital sex?
That's a question for them, I guess. I'm sure they do.
No,
they can't.
No.
Okay.
How do you know, St. Joe?
Because they watch a lot of they're polygamists though.
Right. No, you're talking
I
about
mean,
Mormons. We're talking about Utah, the
yeah, like
University
if
of
you're
Utah.
just like
you're right. I'm getting them mixed up.
I'm just curious, if you're like 18 and you go to the University of Utah, can you go on a fucking spree?
No, that's
They
the
probably
night
treat you
of-
like a serial killer.
you're mixing that up with the Amish and the night that they have freedom.
No, they actually
Okay,
get multiple months.
it's
of
like months. Yeah, it's called and it's Rumspringa. That's hey, I watched Amish Mafia. Yeah,
It's hilarious that you know that too.
Yeah.
Because
it's called Rumspringa.
Yep,
And
that's exactly right.
You know, they go. What's funny is they're going to like Panama Beach and they're walking down the fucking beach and they're like, you know, fucking
with their hat.
Aunt Jemima fucking, you know, get up on.
That's the name of the episode.
Aunt Jemima, what?
Ramashringa, whatever it is.
Rumspringa.
That's what it's called.
It is what it's called. Yep.
You know, and then like there's one called Breaking Amish. So I thought it was going to be like Breaking Bad, but it wasn't. I thought literally it was going to be like the Amish making meth and shit. You know,
Amish people cooking meth. Yeah, no,
you know,
no,
Was it though?
no,
No.
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Instead of Heisenberg, it was Rumspringa.
Kev, you're in some different form tonight, man.
Sorry.
Like, did you have some Jack Daniels before you got on here?
Oh,
No,
God,
dude.
that's
I
hilarious.
if I did, I'd be asleep.
Mm.
That's
You know?
hilarious.
It's fucking
Yeah.
900 degrees outside. You know.
It's warm.
Yeah, I turned on the Braves game night. They're like, yeah. It's
Oh God,
80.
this is what the Lube man says. Jesus, comes right in hot. Jesus,
That's what she said.
You know,
Wow.
don't say what he said, because we want the people who are listening to tune
Yeah.
in next week so they could get in on the comments.
Wow,
The tune in live.
wow.
But I'm just saying that the University of Utah, you know, we're not talking about Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. You know,
I just happened to look up and see that comment, and I'm like, wow.
I didn't know he was talking about the Amish. I thought he was talking about Catholics.
Yikes.
You know? Oh, that leads to another question. At Notre Dame,
Jeez. Here we go.
is premarital sex, is that you know,
I'm gonna
cautioned
guess.
against?
I'm gonna guess because it's a private school, they probably have rules against it, right?
If you're a sinner,
the reason I ask is because I know for a fact that BYU makes all their athletes sign like
Contracts,
like a pledge. You know, like a I won't fuck anybody while I'm here. I won't do cocaine. You know.
I'm sure it just
Jesus.
says that too. That's exactly what it
sure
says.
that's exactly how it's written.
You know, I will only pay my hookers in Bitcoin. You know?
Jesus. Yep. I've seen that exact contract. That's exactly how it's written. Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah.
Who's your source? No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to ask. Never
It's
mind.
The
Steve
devil.
Young. He's a direct descendant of Brigham Young. You know, he's an all-American prophet.
Jesus. Hey, you know what? Jesus. Totally. Like Beebs is gonna lose it, and so is Kevin.
I can't believe you just said this,
Steve Young. Wow.
Look,
That's
I'm just saying, the dude played football in San Francisco. You guys know what happens there. I mean,
Yeah.
Wow.
I never made the connection with Steve Young and Brigham Young, but man, so glad that I showed up tonight so I could make that connection.
no, seriously, that look it up. Steve Young is a direct descendant of Brigham
There's
Young.
no way.
Steve Young is a
There
direct
is
descendant.
no way.
Dude, I'm Google this motherfucker right now.
Wow. That's crazy. You know what else is crazy? And this, I'm telling you, Kev mentioned. Oh, somebody's dying at my house now. Kev mentioned the series that we watched about the NSYNC and Lou Pearlman and everything, and we had watched a older series about it, but they updated it, and we watched it the last couple nights. His uncle, I did not know this, was Art Garfunkel.
Wow, didn't know that.
Cool.
Did you caught that in the series?
Like from Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah, you caught that when you watched it.
I did.
And I'm like, there's no way, because I thought he was like joking around when he got a message from him that says, "Here's from your uncle," but then they flash back to it again, and he's like legitimately related to Art Garfunkel. I was like, what? That's wild.
All right, this is on the internet, so it's got to be true. Steve Young is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He is the great grandson of Brigham Young.
Wow.
The second president of the LDS Church, for whom BYU is named.
Okay. You learn something new every day.
You know.
I thought you were making it up. That's why I thought it was so hilarious. I thought like you're just shooting from the hip and just making a joke and I thought it was hilarious. Now I'm not
wow.
not as impressed.
Yeah, but it's historically correct. You know, and it's stupid. That's why I did it. And you know,
you have a podcast about that whole thing.
You know, and I think I've never Beeps, have you ever been to Utah?
Yes.
Did you have a discussion with Mrs. Beebs about maybe putting more Mrs. Beebs on because you were in Utah and it's allowed there? It's like when I go to Washington next summer, I'm gonna smoke as much fucking weed as I can because it's allowed there.
It might be allowed in Florida pretty soon.
You know?
No. But thanks for asking.
What, you know you didn't smoke the weed?
No.
Okay. Polygamy is bad. And this is why. Is because I have enough trouble fucking making one wife happy. What the fuck do I want more than one for?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't
Nothing
have
on that.
For you, Keb.
Okay,
Nothing.
it's Keb Lives, KEBLIVES. I'm gonna go back to over here. You know, oh look, the thing on StreamYard here says mute Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Who's Mike?
What?
Yeah. Anyway, so
what's
this? It's been a long time since you guys have got me crying laughing, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
what is the Loop Man talking about?
He's talking about how I was laughing about the Steve Young thing because I thought it was a joke and it was a true statement.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I think it would save you guys a lot of time just to assume that I know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but because then the jokes wouldn't be as funny.
You know those people who think they know everything?
Yeah.
They really piss off those of us who actually do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying.
All right. With that, I think we should wrap the show up.
Just gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay my head down on my bed and go to bed and go to sleep.
Dude, we said 2 hours this week for college football preview.
Yeah, but then you seem disinterested for the whole show, so that's where
how was I disinterested?
The Braves were on.
Yeah, but I brought the trivia.
That's true.
The thing that you guys were very poor at.
Yeah, but then you disappeared while we were talking about Oklahoma and Wisconsin.
It's the Braves versus the Phillies. It's the Braves and the Phillies. You know,
there's still 38 games left.
Oh man!
But not against the Phillies.
All right,
it's all good. What do you got coming up on Finding Your Way, Beebs?
Well, so I think I'm trying to choose between two things right now. So I don't
right
want to
and
ruin
wrong.
It. Yeah, right and wrong. No, not those two things. I got
left hand, right hand.
No, I have two different individuals I'm trying to choose between.
Do you take suggestions?
Sure. Yeah. In fact, I asked for suggestions on the first episode of the series.
What is the criteria?
I gave the criteria on the episode. The criteria is someone who lives with conviction, stood firm in what they believed in, and helped the world
Well, if that's the criteria,
in a
that
positive way.
like good leaders, right?
Ish. Depends on the
Okay,
leader.
and that believed in their convictions and stood for what they believe in, you should do Hitler.
And help the world in a
Okay.
positive way.
Well, you had to throw that shit in there, and Hitler is going to be funny, but yeah.
Not funny when I actually give the right guidelines.
Okay. That's a buzzkill.
If it makes you, you know what really makes me laugh, Kev, is like my 7th graders would have said that.
Well, I mean, I keep telling you, fucking people. Yeah, I am just a simple man. You know, I
knows
don't
everything.
I don't have main thoughts. That's why I collectively disappear on the program.
Oh boy!
And
Oh,
my other
here we go.
podcast is only fucking a minute long because that's all I could drum up, with this stuff.
It was the Phillies and the Braves, man.
It was the Phillies and the fucking Braves. I figured you guys have only been doing this I learned today. I didn't realize this, but I learned today listening to the Pels of Support that St. Joe's on. And you know what? I meant to say this earlier. She black screened the motherfucker. Okay. So you watch any of these shows, right? And then like it'll be like, you know what I want to say? And the show will black screen you and you got to wait for the next episode, right?
She's good at that.
So she black screens. St. Joe goes, well, you know what else? And then it's in the show. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Must have been saying something good too.
Yep. Yeah. He was like, in a little music there. And I fucking immediately text her. And I'm like, you fucking black screen me. I was like, oh, I wonder what St. Joe's got to say, And because these episodes that she's doing, you think, and naturally, I was on there. I don't know, Beebs, if you recorded with her yet.
I did, and that was a long episode, so you'll probably get a black screen at some point.
Right.
Though I don't know when she's gonna put it out there. See, I've got one with her and I've got one with Jay Burke, and neither of them want to put it on there. So apparently it wasn't that great of a conversation.
Well, I'll tell you this. I got one with Sass and Sips, little nervous about. Little nervous about that one.
What'd you show up to that one lit?
Well, it's called Sass and Sips, so you got to be drinking.
Yeah, right.
And it was like in the middle of a Sunday, like at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I'm like drinking the John Daly Good Boys, and a little nervous about that one. But nah, I learned today that we have been collectively doing this for 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
Wow, we have. That's I still remember when we first started it, all 3 of us, that there was one episode we did that made me laugh so hard I almost went off the bridge going across the St. John's River because I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, I know exactly what the one for me. I know the exact thing that Kev yelled, and I almost crashed.
Yeah.
So there's a couple. I need to go back and listen to a couple of the old ones because there were some times there we were rolling.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you can't find that episode anymore. By the way,
no, I know you took it off.
Yeah,
which is too bad. Can we have it back?
No.
What?
No. But anyhow, so we've been doing this 3 fucking years. So if 2021 didn't tell you everything, is that when the Braves are in a division game, my attention kind of goes. But different than then, I don't like reschedule shit. Remember back then, it was like, Braves are playing, I'm not coming. I mean,
me and St. Joe, we were just kind of there,
Yeah.
It was all good.
Braves are playing the Brewers. Yeah, I remember we were on the air, and when Freddie Freeman hit that dinger in Game 4 of Braves Brewers in the 2021 NLDS, and all 3 of us were watching it, but I have the MLB app, so I was ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
So and I remember saying there, we should go back and listen to that. I remember saying on air, being like, "Yeah, Freddie Freeman home run," and both of you guys were like, "No, he didn't." It's 0-1. Okay.
Then he hit a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Well, good.
Well-
So you got leaders coming on. You're picking between a couple, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
By the way, I thought you had a great episode, St. Joe. I enjoyed the discussion
too.
about collectibles. You just wanted to compliment you on that.
Yeah,
So
thanks, man. That was good. If you haven't caught that series on Netflix, it's pretty good. The King of Collectibles is pretty good. I liked it a lot. But yeah, that's good.
It's on my list of documentaries. That and then the Pete Rose one.
Yeah, there's some good
I
things.
I still haven't watched that yet.
I think I'm gonna do maybe for next week. I'm gonna pick an actor, I think, and do top movies, top 10 movies.
I'll tell you
like
what, I saw one, Denzel Washington, dude. I was thinking about that guy. He's been in a lot of films that I totally forgot about. So
yeah, so like they did Nicole Kidman just had her like AFI induction and things like that. So I might do something like Kevin Costner has been in the news a lot because of his
that's
Horizon.
what I was just about to say. Kevin Costner's been in a shit ton of movies. So is Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, but he's been in the news a lot because of Horizon. So I might do a top 10 Kevin Costner movies, which might be hard to narrow down. I have a few that I could think of, but to have a top.
I'll tell you what, if Prince of Thieves isn't on there, you got a problem.
I mean, there's a bunch, but
I will tell you this:
great movies,
if you rank them and fucking Dances with Wolves is number one, we are seriously going to have to talk about
I like
your
that
movie.
film.
We're going to have to. It's not a bad film, but it's not his best movie.
Well,
all right. Well,
we'll see.
Send in your opinion. What do you think his best movie?
I think I might do Kevin Costner because there could be.
Yeah.
I know which one you're probably thinking is number one.
Which one do you think I'm thinking is?
I like the hanging curveball.
Which one?
For Love of the Game.
No,
fuck that
Bull
movie.
Durham.
Bull Durham. That's goddamn right.
Yeah, but
hit the bull.
There's a couple. He just won a free steak.
Anything travels that far should have stewards on, don't you think?
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean,
real quick on sports movies. Real quick, I know Beeps is tired. But did you see the new biopic that got greenlighted this week?
What?
They're doing a movie on John Madden.
Oh wow!
Called Madden, and guess who they cast to play him? Who would you think would play a good John Madden?
Well, Chris Farley, but he's dead. A good John Madden. Huh.
There's no one that I can think of in Hollywood that looks like him.
Well, the Lube Man got it right. Nicolas Cage has been cast
kidding me.
As playing John Madden.
Nick Cage?
Nick Cage is playing John Madden.
I guess I could I don't know. That's a stretch for me.
Wow, that's a stretch.
But I'll bet he does fine. I'll bet he does a fine job.
That's a stretch for me.
They should have gotten Frank Caliendo to do it.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the guy's name, but it's because he's got the voice. But that's a stretch for Nick Cage. But that's good. That's cool. That's cool. But, all right, man. Well, are you wrapping up the series on the Stupid History Minute of phrases?
Phrases have been done, dude. We're on Stupid Sports.
Stupid Sports.
I'm sorry.
He's got 10 more. What? 10, 11
my
more
apologies.
days.
I meant Stupid Sports.
Yeah, 10 more days, and then we've had some interesting ones.
Yeah. The last couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today was a hobby horsing. Nice. and yes, over the weekend was elephant polo, and tomorrow I'm excited because it's extreme pogo.
Nice.
Nice. And so they're just going to get more obscure as they go along. And
one of my students today asked me if I thought cheerleading was a sport, and I said, I don't know if that's a sport.
Was it male? Was he male or female?
Was he male or female?
I'm sorry. Were they male or female?
It was a girl. Yeah.
It's not on there. I didn't classify. I think cheerleading is right up there with, I didn't put ping pong in there either, table tennis, because I don't think that's stupid. Extreme underwater hockey, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Extreme ironing, and these are all professional sports. People get paid to do this.
Video
You know
gaming.
what I'm saying?
Those are esports.
Yeah, but still.
But we just did a series in May on video games. So
no, I'm saying like professional video gamer. That's
yeah. So
I don't know.
But yeah, and then we'll do a month of just random stuff, and then we're in quickly, gentlemen. We're going to be in the holidays.
I know.
You know it.
Halloween and then all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. Then the year's done. It's just wild.
Yeah,
I got like 3 more vacations before that.
Fucking, of course you do.
So, yeah.
Man. All right.
So, all right, everybody, go check out our friends at unfpod.com. Pedals of Support had a very, very, very good episode today. We always like it when one of the 3 of us are showcased, and today was St. Joe's turn in the hot seat over at Pedals of Support, which, I mean, if you listen to it every week, there's a different person in the hot seat over there all the time. We're learning about leaders with Finding Your Way, and we're still staying stupid with Stupid History Minute. Feel like it, join the Supporters Club over Stupid History Minute, and all your money will go to the American Diabetes Association. But go check out all of our friends over at unfpod.com. I guarantee you there's something for everybody over there. So I want to thank the Lube Man for chiming in. He has a question of what did Beebs tell her? I don't quite know what he is talking about there.
Cheerleading. Is it a sport?
No. Okay.
I said, I don't know. That's what I said. So.
Okay, I'm gonna make a ruling on this right now. Not a sport.
All right.
Just because they have competitions for it, but they have competitions for eating hot dogs, and some cheerleaders that went to my high school would probably be pretty good at that. With that, for St. Joe, for the Beebs, my name is Kev, and we will catch you guys next week.
Catch you on the flippity flop.